morning, Santa Barbara teen sports listeners. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen at KZSB AM 1290. We welcome you all to join us every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. right after the news. This is a whole hour of Santa Barbara teen athletes and all the people and all the wonderful businesses that support those athletes. Let's get our hands together for the businesses and the people of Santa Barbara. Woo! That's what I'm saying. Oh, my goodness. The first person, you're not Dominique. Whoa, we've got Dr. Scott Noble in Dominique's chair, but that's all right. I put you there. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. It's great to be here.
Thank you. You know, I got to say straight up, when you call a doctor because you're like freaking as a mom because, son foot is elevated. I had to go to the mobile station to buy ice, and I'm like, panicking like what my mom would do. Don't want to be laying up my son from playing baseball. And then I give you a call, and then, you open up the doors early for me. You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Well, anything I can do to serve.
Yeah, no, it was really, really nice. I mean, that's the beauty about Santa Barbara. We still have those small town values. How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anything? Go ahead.
And ladies, he's easy on the eye.
Oh, well,
that's nice. Dr. Energy had to throw that in there. Couldn't wait till I introduced you, right? That's all right.
I woke up.
She's alive. So give us something. I mean, Dominique is on her way, our CHO, Chief Happiness Officer. You got to say something. You got to kill 2 minutes here.
Yeah, well, the thought I had today was to give our cerebellums a little thanks. On any sport, you just can't imagine how important this part of your brain is to coordinate every single motion and activity that you do. It is half of the neurons in the brain, so you can imagine that it's prioritized pretty high to be able to take in information from your feet, from your inner ear, from your eyes, from all of your sensory organs, your skin, and coordinate all of that. So when you're playing basketball and, doing a layup or, an alley-oop or any of these things, looking over your shoulder while you're running, there is a level of coordination that's happening in your brain that's downright profound. So I'd like us all to reach back to the back of our heads and give our little cerebellum.
If you're driving, keep one hand on the wheel. All right.
But give our cerebellums a thanks, because every time you move, it's a big thanks.
Mine likes to be
those.
scratched.
Could you tell some folks who, like me, who don't exactly know where the cerebellum is, where we're going to be rubbing?
Sure. It's in the hindbrain, which is right at the occiput, which is the base of the back of your skull. The occiput.
I thought it was a thing that in the ocean with the legs. No, okay. No. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
If it's diseased in it.
I guess. I thought he said octopus. I don't know. What? Sorry,
So the other thing about
octopus.
The thing about the cerebellum is that it creates a map for you in the moment of what you're going to do, like a motor map. And I wanted to segue into talking about our ideas of a map, because if you can pay attention to every moment of your life and actually maintain a beginner's mind with what you're up to, you're going to take in so much more and relate to the situation as it's happening in that moment. But very often we create these maps in our mind, and this sort of the sense is, I've been there, I've done that before. But in reality, you've never done it right now. And so it doesn't matter if you've walked into your house or bounced a basketball or done any number of activities 1,000,000 times. You've never done it right now. And so if you allow yourself to take in things as a beginner's mind, you're going to be able to perceive a lot more, take in more information, and respond to your immediate situation with a lot more efficacy. And that translates directly into any athletics. If you want to perform high, you got to pay attention.
That was an aha moment for me. Dr. D, you would add something, right? Why am I the only one clapping? If I clap, everybody claps. Thank you. Oh, my God. I was hung out to dry. Okay, go ahead.
All I heard was GPS.
Yeah.
That we have our own GPS. Am I right?
That's a pretty good analogy. It keeps you where you got to know where you are in space, and that's what our cerebellum is for.
All right. Dr. Energy, I'm throwing it over to you. You want to ask a question?
Yeah, I do want to ask a question. Do you feel that the helmets or the headgear that our athletes wear are sufficient? I don't know, but are sufficient to cover that area and protect them?
Well, the cerebellum is placed. It's so important that it's placed in the back, and so the place where you really get into trouble with this is if you take a fall and hit the back of your head. Fortunately, in athletics, it's got to be a pretty funky injury in order for that to happen, and so most of the headgear does in fact protect the brain pretty well.
Good, that's good to know.
Yeah, I think so, and it's important to wear that stuff. I mean, it's a lot of research and. Head injuries are horrible, and staying on top of that when we're riding our bikes.
Dr. Noble, where are you located?
I am off of Milpas Roundabout, across from Trader Joe's.
Ooh.
That's on Carpinteria Street, and we are right there waiting.
Nice. Thank you so much, Dr. Noble. Last but not least, we have our Chief Happiness Officer. You're late. You get down and do 20 push-ups. I'm just kidding. How you doing, Dominique?
I'm doing great, Erica. Good to see you.
You saw the little 1 minute, that he's waving back and forth, right, Dr. D? Okay, because he wants to keep on schedule. All right, so you have 1 minute for his happiness.
1 minute, real quick. Last week I talked about clean food. Clean food is closer to the earth. It's actually clean because we're closer to the garden. And also clean relationships where we feel good and we're voicing how we really are. We're being authentic in the moment. So that's clean. The other idea I'd like to share is friendliness, because in our dealings with not only the food that we're eating, but also how we're dealing with people, everything we're doing in our life should encompass the idea of friendliness, and that we want to cultivate that, and we want to feel friendly towards the people we're interacting in. We want to cultivate that in all of our relationships.
Nice. Oh, you could be late again. If that was a really good one. Dr. Energy, you have a guest in the choir room. Who'd you bring today? Because we got to go out on break. Who'd you bring?
I brought wonderful Jessica Colby, who is a Tai Chi and Qigong master and teacher and television personality.
Nice.
And she's going to be speaking with us after the break.
All right. I got some reps from the Santa Barbara High School Dons, undefeated Channel League last year. We've got Chris Wagonhurst. We've got Andrew Fay. We got Boldon Brace, and they are in the quiet room, but we got to take a break. This is Erica Salda, Queen of Teen. We will be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday,
9 a.m., right after the news. And Dr. Energy, when else are we rebroadcasted?
11 p.m. on Tuesday evening.
All right, Scott Noble.
We're also playing at Sunday at 2 p.m.
And then we've got Dominique.
We are on Mondays, 3 a.m.
Yeah, I have on occasion listened to that show. I don't know why I was in the refrigerator. I have to listen to myself.
Because it has a nice resonation with the radio when you open the refrigerator door.
Definitely resonated. Every time I open up the refrigerator at 3 a.m., it's just like, it's just like, good morning, Santa Barbara Teen Sports listeners. No, I'm just kidding. All right, we're going to start off with the boys here. We've got three big boys. Again, we got Chris Wagonhurst. How you doing today, Chris?
I'm doing great.
All right.
It's great to be here.
Thank you. Andrew Fay. How you doing, Andrew?
I'm also doing great.
That's it. Another big boy, Boldon Brace. How you guys doing?
Very good. Thank
Fantastic. We've got some nice shirts. You got some, because we did support the breast cancer for the month. I seen you all sporting it. That was really cool. We got some shirts for you. Got some pens. You like being on the show, huh?
Oh, yeah.
It's nice. All right, so the irony is that your coach, who's also a co-host, is not here right now. Put your hands together. I like that. Now we get to talk about him the whole time. This is going to be good. All right? Are you afraid?
No.
No, I like that. All right, so who's going to step up first?
Boldon.
All right, here we go. You want to ask a question, Dr.
Yeah, Boldon. So how's the Channel League shaping up this year?
The Channel League is going to be a tough division this year. Last year, we were undefeated, and we're looking to do that again, but there's going to be some good competition this year.
What do you think's your biggest competition?
I think San Marcos is going to be really good this year. They have a lot of young talent and a lot of guys coming back from last year.
Do you all have a bit more experience, or did you lose a bunch of your roster?
We lost a few of our good players, but we gained a few good players like Nick Bush and Ben Brown. So I think we're going to be solid.
Great.
You know, I was going to ask you, Boldon, who the biggest additions to the team are. Did you just tell us that?
Yeah, Nick Bush came over from Bishop, and he's a big-time player, but he's not going to be able to play until January 5th because he's a transfer.
And anybody else?
Yeah, Ben Brown is an upcoming sophomore, and he's a great player.
Thank you.
So what's your coach having you do this year that you haven't done in past years?
This year we have a lot of shooters on our team that can shoot from deep range, so we're going to be shooting a lot of threes this year and pushing the ball and scoring a lot.
All right, so you were undefeated last year. Where do you expect? Are you saying right here, right now on Teen Sports Radio, okay, that on November 4th you're going to be undefeated? Are you going to say that right now? You're going to put that out there?
I am saying that.
Oh, I like that! Yeah! All right. Look at the other two guys. No, don't be talking.
That's why they named him Boldon, because he's bold.
That's it. All right, let's see. Oh, that's going to be a good one. Boy, they're going to be replaying that one. Andrew, get up on the mic.
Well, I'd hope that we'll be undefeated because we want to have played a game yet on November 4th.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a nice thought, though. Because you've got to create it. You know, if you don't put it out in your mind, you don't visualize, it's not going to happen.
Thank you, Dr. Energy.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's just how I think. Okay, so seriously, comparing, it's going to be last year you were in size, were you bigger, and this year more run and gun? So to break down the 2 years between
this
last
year,
year
I'd
and this
say
year.
our average size might actually be bigger than last year, but we don't have Jack Baker, who is a huge presence in the middle on defense, so it's going to be tough to replace him.
Okay, so what's your roles going to be as elder statesmen of the team?
Last year, we were more role players and sort of along for the ride. With we had some seniors that were really good, but this year, us three are all going to have to step up and take most of the scoring load.
One of the things that interests me about team sports like basketball is the coordination that y'all have to have together. How's that play out in practice? I mean, how do you really get tight as a team?
I think we get tight just by doing the same things every day and working hard in practice, so that way when the game comes, we're ready.
So repetition,
repetition,
just getting comfortable.
Absolutely.
Great. And do you learn each other's strengths and weaknesses?
Yeah. By this time, we've played so much together that we kind of know each other's moves. So, yeah, definitely.
That's great.
I get a kick out of hearing the names of some of your plays. So, I mean, can you share them on the radio? What's some of your favorite?
I don't know. 5 out is usually what we do. We just spread 5 guys wide, and it's not really much of a play. You kind of can do whatever you want, and it gives us kind of a license to create without a structured offense.
Because they're spreading the defense. I didn't know if you needed, a play-by-play on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, guys, tell me, who haven't we talked to yet? Chris, get up on the horn.
Hey.
All right, Chris, what is your individual goals for this season?
It's senior year, the last year to put it all on the line. We have big goals as a team. Last year we lost in the semifinals to CIF, and we were the favorites to win. So this year we will not accept anything less than a CIF championship.
Nice. I like that positive attitude.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to bring it the whole year. So.
All right.
Excellent. Well, along with all your sports activities, tell me what your favorite other classes are.
Besides basketball right now, we're all applying to colleges, or Boldon's not, but me and Andrew especially. Throughout high school, I've always been a big math guy. Always loved that. And also, my government class has really been one of my favorite classes.
Well, I keep thinking about this study of free throws, where basketball players a number of years ago were asked to watch professional free throws, and they actually improved their own free throws without going out and practicing themselves physically. And so as we talk about this visualization thing, I'm going to really encourage you to see yourself, feel yourself winning. And having that use the emotions as the actual fuel for the visualization. So put yourself in that, and there's actually some stats out there that would suggest that it will improve your performance.
I'm wondering if maybe you have someone who watches you when you play and they videotape some of your best moves, maybe you could loop it and put together some of your best things and watch it every day for 20 minutes.
We do have a film of the game that we watch after our big games to see where we went wrong, the things that we did well. So, yeah, that's definitely something that we do.
I would also suggest that if you're going to do individual visualizations, that you perhaps do some where you're all coordinated. You're all seeing the same game, the same moves, so that it just doesn't strengthen your individual performance. It coordinates you psychologically and energetically to what they call synergize the effect of your imagery and get it to be more powerful and more effective.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have had experiences of intuition on the court where you just have a sense of something that's about to go down, and that's why you lunge one way and maybe intercept something. So it's a little bit like that where you can get a sense of what's about to happen when there's that synergistic effect. So
moving ahead, you guys. I mean, is college basketball in your future?
I'll pass this one off. I think me and Andrew are.
I hope so. There's a lot of things that go into the recruiting process for all athletes, and basketball is a big one because there's so many people that play. But a lot of people's goal is to play at the next level, which is college, whether it be Division I, Division II, Division III. I personally have a goal of playing Division I, but if that doesn't work out, Division II would also be pretty fun.
Nice. Good job. All right.
Thank you.
And grades are right up there as well?
Oh, yeah. Most of the guys on our team are very good student athletes, including Andrew and Chris.
Nice.
Who are very high up there.
It's amazing because actually when you put the pad to the pencil, or pad to, you don't want to do that. You want to put the pencil to the pad. You'd see that the monies that you would get on recruiting on the scholastic side is a lot more. So it's something that you want to just really focus on as far as, those grades when you're hitting those books. All right, I got the smushy sign. Dr. Noble wanted to say so. We have to wait. All right, this is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Stay tuned for more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday,
9 a.m., right after the news. And Dominique, when else are we?
We are on Tuesday evenings at 11 p.m.
Okay, very good. And Dr. Noble, when else are we aired?
Sunday at 2 p.m.
Thank you. And Dr. Energy?
11 p.m. on Tuesdays.
Okay. And we forget Sunday at Monday. We're going to get this right no matter what, okay? Because it's new. But all I know is we're being rebroadcasted 3 times extra, and I like that. And then I like that extra one of Monday at 3 a.m., okay? So if anybody's up at 3 a.m., you can catch the show, which is really exciting at 3 a.m. And, then you maybe you'll talk to Dr. Energy the next day if you're up at 3 a.m. When you would want to do that?
Actually, the 3 a.m.
Depends on
show,
what they have in their refrigerator.
Exactly.
As good as the 9 a.m. Tuesday morning show is, the 3 a.m. Monday morning show is actually the best show to listen to.
Okay. Very
in spite of the fact that it's the same show you heard
the other 3 times.
That's because you're lonely at 3 a.m. and anything sounds good.
Exactly. Excellent. Dr. Energy, who did you bring in?
I brought the wonderful Jessica Colby. And I'm going to introduce her to you now. Welcome, Jessica.
Thank you.
Jessica Colby is a level 3 certified Qigong and Tai Chi or Tai Chi instructor and senior teacher trainer for the Institute of Integral Qigong and Tai Chi. She's currently teaching classes for the City of Santa Barbara Parks and Recreation, for the Department, a City of Carp Parks and Rec, and the Santa Barbara Village. Santa Barbara Village, what is that?
It's an organization for seniors.
Oh, goody. Okay, that's good to know. You can watch Jessica's wonderful Qigong show streaming or on her TV show on Public Access Channel 17. Jessica is also an avid skier, hiker, biker, swimmer, and she's also was a professional. What are you making a face? Oh, okay. A professional windsurfer. Jessica has a private practice for individual healing groups and corporate wellness. Her clients include United Way's Fun in the Sun, the Santa Barbara Zoo, and she also deals with patients who have cancer and other diseases. And so we certainly do welcome you, Jessica. We're excited to have you with us. And perhaps we can start off, now that we know a little bit about you, if you could explain to us what Qigong and Tai Chi are, maybe what the difference is between them, and how our athletes and our listeners can use those techniques to their advantage.
Well, thanks for having me on, Dr. Energy. I really appreciate being here and being with all these exceptional professionals. And so most people don't know what Qigong is, but Qigong is the parent of Tai Chi. And Qigong are exercises that were developed over 3,000 years ago for optimal health, vitality, and longevity. And they're very simple exercises, and we draw upon the energies that are all around us, whether it's pure water that's in the center, from the center of the earth, and we imagine that flushing our body of toxins. Or perhaps we draw upon the energy of the sun and the moon, heavenly energies, the energies of the sky, that infinite energy of the cosmos. We also draw upon the energies of nature. You think about the healing herbs and the bark and the flowers and essences. So the Chinese believe there's energy all around us, and we get sick because energy gets stuck, or it stagnates, or we are deficient. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we don't get enough vitamins, so that would be a deficiency. And so the Chinese practiced that for about 2,000 years, or 2,500 years, and the royal families of China went to the monks and said, we've amassed these big armies and we want to keep them healthy, but we also want to keep them calm in the midst of battle. How do we do this? So whether for your program, it's the athletes, how do we keep them calm in a playoff game? Or, you think about in ancient China with the swords and the knives and the kicks and everything. So what the monks did, they went to the Shaolin Temple and they watched Kung Fu. And what they did is they slowed the movements down. And so when you slow your body down, your mind slows down. And if you can imagine being in the midst of battle, it's kind of like that Matrix movie where all of a sudden everything went into slow motion. He could see the bullets coming at him. And so what this does, it brings us to the focus. We are able to focus and be calm.
That's a terrific answer.
It's a long answer.
That's a wonderful answer. Thank you. So, Dr. Noble, you have a question?
I would like to comment. That curtails so nicely on to something that we've talked in previous episodes about, which is the parasympathetic nervous system, where, as we've said, you actually get more blood flow to your brain when you're calm. And so if we're going to make these profound decisions at a fast pace in the middle of a game or, in battle, as you're suggesting, it's essential to be able to take in all the information in a calm respect so that, you're not just reacting. It's the difference between reaction and response. Mm-hmm. So saying that, could you talk a little bit more about the meditative aspects of this and specifically the unique quality of the moving meditation?
Well, I'm really glad you mentioned the parasympathetic nervous system. And for people who don't know what that is the part of our nervous system that is rest, relax, and heal. The fight or flight, that anxiousness, that is called the sympathetic nervous system. Mm-hmm. So when we're tense, our muscles are constricted, our mind's going a mile a minute, we're running on adrenaline.
Right. And it also pulls blood off of the frontal cortex, which is our abstract reasoning and the parts that really make us, us.
So these exercises, Qigong and Tai Chi, we consciously slow the breathing down, which then slows our heart rate down, which calms our nervous system down.
Mm-hmm. And that gives you a window into, being able to perform at a much, higher level.
And not just react. So often we react immediately, rather than taking a breath, looking around, okay, what are my choices here, and making a better decision.
Phrase I really like for that one is the power of a pause.
I like that too. I'm going to use that. Thank you.
Please. So, one thing that, in my experience of Tai Chi and Qigong, is it's especially good for, in my opinion, and for people that don't necessarily want to adopt a sitting meditation practice. Some people are a little more anxious, have a little bit more energy running through their body. But to be able to actually apply some movement while meditating, for some people, gives them an access to this thing that, I'm not a meditator, I could never do that. And it gives access to people like that to really have a profound experience.
Well, and Tai Chi is considered a moving meditation. And you did ask me what part the difference of Qigong and Tai Chi is, where Qigong are just exercises, not done in any choreographed manner, where Tai Chi, it is choreographed. While we do Qigong for the optimal health, we do Tai Chi to bring balance and harmony into our lives. So we want to, first of all, be able to balance on one foot, or bring balance emotionally into our lives. So maybe we have too much fear and not enough trust, or too much anger and not enough kindness.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jessica. Hey, we've got a lot more. Everybody stay tuned. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We will be back with Jessica Colby, Level 3 certified Qigong and Tai Chi instructor, after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. right after the news. We are with Jessica Colby, Level 3 certified Qigong and Tai Chi instructor. Dominique, you had another question.
Yeah, during the break, I was just commenting that most athletes I see, when they want to get jazzed up before a game, they do things like play really loud rock and roll music and do just kind of some wild and crazy things to get that cortisol and the adrenaline running. And I was realizing when I was watching them that a lot of times they're getting knocked out of their body rather than being consciously in their body. And I was just wondering if you could speak to how touching Qigong can help raise the energy and the focus, but do it in such a way that kids are staying in their bodies.
Well, we can do a little exercise right here on the air. So if you're in your car or listening at home, let's just do this. And it's called the 3 points of focus. And granted, before you're going to be playing a game, you do want to get jazzed up, but you also want to come into your body, get out of the head, the millions of list making and thoughts that go on in your head. So we're going to do one exercise. It's only 3 breaths. And the first point of focus is for the spine. And so I'd like to invite our listeners to, wherever you are, lengthen your spine, lift your spine up. Maybe you can grow 2 inches, and then tuck your chin towards your chest. And now focus on your tailbone, and as you take a deep breath in, scan your spine all the way up to your head. And then, as you exhale, scan the spine all the way back down to the tailbone. And imagine those spaces between the vertebrae. And the second point of focus is the breath. We forget to breathe, and we're human beings, and we get so excited, and we like to breathe just in our chest. So our diaphragm has actually 3 cavities, which we can inflate for air. So the first one is in the belly, the second one is in the rib cage, and the third one is in the upper chest and shoulder and back. So let's take a breath and just draw energy and air into the belly, inflate it like a Buddha. And then pull the air into the rib cage, and then draw the air up into your chest and back. That might be the deepest breath I've taken all day. And then let it out slowly. And you can even purse your lips and control. And then the third point of focus is our minds, the chatter that goes on incessantly. So I like to either imagine a peaceful place, or a beach or a park or somewhere I've been on vacation, And what I do is I take a deep breath in and I just say the word peace. And I'm breathing peace into my mind. And so everybody just take a deep breath and breathe peace into your mind. So with 3 breaths, you really bring yourself into your body. We're aware of our spine. We're aware of, oh, yes, we are breathing beings. And we can quiet the mind, which increases our focus. And I love that exercise. I was skiing one time, and I was with my friends, and we were going down what was going to be a pretty steep run. And one of my friends is a student of mine, and I said, wow, I'm kind of nervous here. And he said, Jessica, do your 3 points of focus. Take a deep breath for your spine, breathe into your belly, your ribs, and your chest, and breathe peace into your mind. And so I just love that. The student teaches the teacher. And but if you really need to jazz up, we could do another exercise if you like.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this one is called Dragon's Breath. And
that's what I have every morning.
At 3 a.m.
Don't too TMI there. And it's similar to breath of fire in yoga, where we hyperventilate a little bit. But this is also a great exercise to release tension and stress. So you imagine you're a dragon, and dragons can breathe fire. We can snort, and we can scare our anxieties out of our body. So what we do, you imagine you're a dragon, and for 12 quick breaths, very quick, like if you can hear that, we imagine smoke and steam coming out of our nose and ears. And on the 13th one, we open our mouths wide and we make big claw hands and we go, ah, and we imagine fire coming out of our bodies. So if you're game, let's try it. And so we're doing 12 quick breaths and then breathing fire. Ready? Let's go. And I like to shake my body and shake my hands. And I imagine all this tension and anxiety running out of my body.
I didn't do the shake the body, shake the hands, but you had me at the
Well, another good one is called blithering. Now, the only time I've ever heard of blithering, have you ever heard the word blithering?
Blithering idiot.
Blithering idiots. And so this is a great stress reducer. So if you're all tense and your muscles are super tense before your game, go out and shake your body. Start with your tailbone and then bring it up to the waist, bring it up to the shoulders. You can have your hands shaking over your heads and you just go, and I know it's kind of nuts, but animals do this out in nature and it's a great stress relief reducer. But, us humans, what do? We internalize it. We have our issues, maybe self-medicate, and wow, so much better just to shake out the anxiety, frustration, stress.
Are you connecting that with getting your juices running in what way?
Probably like pre-game jitters. Mm-hmm. The shaking is so good to release those old energies. And the dragon's breath probably also to get yourself up and going. But
there you go.
I would do the 3 points of focus first, the 3 breaths where you align the spine, think about the breath, and then quiet the mind.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Great. Scare the dog in the morning.
Well, sometimes people want to take our power, or our integrity, or they diss us. And so we have to be able to stand up for ourselves, especially the women out there. It's much easier to just let it go, let it slide down our backs. But it's for anybody. If you're being bullied and if you can stand up for yourself, so much better. And I say everybody should stand up for themselves and protect what's theirs and protect their power.
And you call it the dragon breath, is it?
Mm-hmm.
As a clinician, I often see women who are very passive, maybe even fearful. I see them in my classes when they speak so softly you can't hear them. And sometimes asking them to speak up can be very intimidating. But doing that exercise in this quiet of your own home or in the privacy of your own home can get people used to raising their volume, owning their power, and that might very well translate into how their affect in the world,
Well, and come to a class. I have classes all over Santa Barbara and Carpinteria.
Tell us about that. Tell us about your classes.
Oh, I have classes. I work for the city of Santa Barbara, so we have classes at the Korea Rec Center twice a week. And I'm online. You can visit my website, www.qigongsb.com. It's QIGONG.SB.com. And, boy, to see all those people breathing fire dragons, and it's fun to see, as you mentioned, the timid can get a little intimidated. I instruct, imagine all these other dragons running away in fear when you get them with the fire. And it does empower people.
I'm going to stop taking Rolaids and just let that happen.
Oh, thank you. Good job.
That's so cute. Hey, let's take a shorty. This is Erica Salda. We will be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show, and I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. right after the news. Dominique, where else can you find us?
I was wondering when you were going to ask me that. We are on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. What am I forgetting?
Twitter,
and
YouTube?
Internet.
Oh, not
at
YouTube?
Teen Sports Radio.
At YouTube?
Yes, YouTube.com.
Nice. Fantastic. We're very blessed today. If you're just joining us right now, Jessica Colby is in the house. Put your hands together, Jessica. Level 3 certified Qigong and Tai Chi instructor. And Dr. Energy, you have a question.
Oh, okay. I do, actually. I would like to know if there's a way that we can apply massage or particular movements from Tai Chi or Qigong that will help us to self-massage.
Well, self-applied massage is one of the 4 cornerstones of Qigong, the other being breath work, intentional movement, and meditation. And self-applied massage is free. And in all my classes, we do self-applied massage. And one of my favorites is to rub your hands together and then begin tapping your head. Just tap all over. And the little subtle vibrations will wake up your brain. It'll wake up your brain cells. And I believe it activates brain cells that scientists don't know we use yet, which I think are used for healing. So tapping your head. I remember one time I was driving home at night and I was kind of getting tired. And I thought, I'm just going to tap my head. Well, it woke me right up. So I think it's a great form of becoming more alert. Now we can rub our ears, and when we rub our ears, we're activating acupressure points, different organs associated in medicine and Chinese medicine. We rub our hands, we rub the back of the neck, we rub our feet, we massage our organs. Self-applied massage is just great, and it keeps us healthy. So I encourage everybody, give yourself a neck rub, or even better, if you have someone with you at home, grab their feet and give them a massage.
Nice. It just feels so great just thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
When I've done a little bit of Qigong, I've thought about the quality of Qi, and that I believe we're trying to raise our Qi or move our Qi. Can you speak a little bit about what is Qi and what we're trying to do with it and with Qigong?
Well, Qi translates into energy, and you can't really see it, but we all know it's there. It's like electricity. Can't really see it, but we sense it. And so in Qigong, we imagine pushing old energies out. Let's say we are troubled. If there is a simple exercise, we hold up the sky. We push our hands up over our heads with great force, and we push the weight of the world away from us. So we're relieving maybe self-judgment or self-criticism, pushing that energy away from us. And then maybe we draw in from heaven or the sky the energy of healing or unconditional love, and we send love to our bodies. They love that. Our bodies love to be loved.
Yeah, the friendship idea. Be friends to ourselves.
Absolutely. Because we have consciousness in every part of our body, and we also have emotion. It's not just in the brain. And if we can address those different parts with love, with compassion, with attention, we're going to have a healthier body and a healthier healthier mind, and our spirit will be healthier and happier. So that's wonderful.
And what makes Qigong different than other energy work is that we work with the emotions. And we work on grief or anger or fear and confusion, drama. These are all associated with our different organs. So the Chinese look at energy work as the health, the overall health, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually.
What I love about Qigong is that it is not just for athletes or for young people, it's for all ages. I take a Qigong class, as you know, with Dr. Dennis Faruqi on, can I talk about that for just a second? Is that okay? Yeah, he has a wonderful class on Wednesdays at 10:30 at is it the Buddhist church?
It's the Buddhist church on East Montecito Street.
Exactly. And it's a wonderful class. And I see people in there who are teenagers, and I see people in there who are in their 80s, and everyone is doing it and everyone is loving it. And so this is really a gift to everyone, this particular kind of work.
It's so interesting that it seems, at least in my mind, it seems to be a cultural thing that a lot of people in China, I guess, do Qigong. And looking at the kind of cultural things that we're doing as Americans, we seem to still be trying to determine what we do as a culture to get us moving and singing and dancing and really processing all those emotions. So it's really fun when I see a park and I see a lot of people around who are doing Tai Chi or Qigong. It gives you that really good feeling inside that people are joining together in community and expressing themselves.
And moving slowly together. Or not so slowly. I did some work for the United Way's Fun in the Sun program, which is third, fourth, fifth, and sixth graders. And so we practiced animal frolics where we would pretend to be the bear. The bear is very grounded, very introspective. It hibernates in the winter. Strong, courageous. So there are exercises where we become the bear. Or we become the crane, which is much lighter. We can fly and have a different perspective on our lives rather than just being here on the ground. So the kids really liked the animal frolics. Actually, everybody really likes the animal frolics.
I like animal frolics.
How fun is it to become a tiger?
I love the flying part.
Oh, yeah.
You're doing the crane and the different exercises where your arms come up and you seem to be floating. It's a wonderful feeling. Okay. I also wanted to talk a little bit with you about your television show. I know that I'm turning the channels and I am just wanting to veg out, right? And your show comes on because it's on quite a bit. I think it's every day.
It's on 4 days a week. Six times
a week. And so I'll say, oh no, it's Jessica. and oh no, because I get caught every time. It's like, I want to watch that television show, just sit here, but that looks so good. And I start to do it and it feels so good. And I wind up doing the whole hour with you. It's a wonderful show, and I'd love to hear about it. I don't know if we have a smooshy sign yet, or we can talk. Okay, so would you share with us a little bit about your television show and how our listeners may find it?
Sure. It's on Channel 17, and which is Cox Channel 17. And if you don't have a box, I think since it's a community access channel, the Cox will give you a box. And boy, I think it's on Mondays at 8, Wednesdays at 10. Oh gosh, I think you can either find it on my website, qigongsb.com, or TVSB. You can Google that. And I started the show because I really wanted to get people to do Qigong and, for free, and just do it because it's so healing. It's like our grandmother's remedies, soup if you get sick, or, stoking in Epsom salts. These things are really good, and I want our society to get away from the pharmaceuticals that we're so prone to take for any disruption of our regular health. So it's just a peaceful show. I have people that call me up and love the show, and I run into people and they say, wow, I got so relaxed I fell asleep, which I think is a good thing, if it's on at night. And it's me, and I demonstrate the exercises standing, and Devora is my co-star, and she is an older woman, and she demonstrates the exercises seated. And I can only imagine if people are watching the TV, they may be watching from the sofa or the bed. So it's great to have both of us doing the exercises.
Fantastic. Jessica, put your hands together. Woo! Jessica Colby. Fantastic.
Thank you.
I want to extend an invitation to come back anytime to Teen Sports Radio.
Thank you.
We're thank you so much. We're about to close. Dominique, thank you for being here. We had Dr. Noble. We have Dr. Energy. We had the boys from Santa Barbara High School, varsity basketball, Chris Wagonhurst, Andrew Fay, Boldon Brace. I hope what their visions about their team and their standing this year comes together, and that is undefeated. We'll see you all next week. God bless Santa Barbara. Please tune in and join us next Tuesday at KZSB AM 1290 at 9:06 a.m. when we will go behind the scenes with the local students, athletes, coaches, parents, volunteers, and all other teen sports supporters. This is all brought to you by ePro Insurance Agency, leader in gift planning and wealth preservation since 1983. So please follow along and support our student athletes by reading the Santa Barbara News Press, and then join me, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen, Dr. Dugan, my co-host, friends, teens, every week on the Santa Barbara News Press radio station.
Nothing's gonna ever bring you down. You're the best around. Nothing